Hello and welcome, good evening and happy Sunday. So today I'm going to be going back to the designer series papers I showed you on Wednesday. Oh, that's just popping up to say I'm in the right place. So who else has felt like with Christmas and New Year and everything, the days of the week are just still all over the place? So I'm still in that vein. Just see what's going on up there. That's okay, it should be okay. Okay, so yes, days of the week all over the place, but I know it's Sunday today, and tomorrow is the start of a new week and we get back in sync, hopefully. So I'm going to get you down onto the desk and we're going to see what we've got here. So I mentioned to you the other day about these beautiful papers. I've done some fussy cutting. When I came off the live the other day, I took some of the half sheets and I did some fussy cutting. Hi Anne, nice to see you. So the fussy cutting here, so I've done some of each of the colours. I've done some of the outside edges and I've got just an odd one that fell out of the bag. So I've got those ones there. Didn't pick up my watercolour pencils. I did think I might do some watercolouring, but we'll see how we go. So these are the papers we've got. We've got the front and the back, just to recap, the old olive, and on the other side we've got the flowers in old olive and the stripes on the side, on the back, and then we've got two in this one. We've got the Lost Lagoon and the flowers on the other side, so that's those two there, those two, and then the other one we've got, oh, that's the other pattern. So we've got sort of like diamonds, and then we've got the flowers on here, beautiful flowers. I've cut some of those as well. And then we have the Night of Navy and that one on the back. Should be another Night of Navy somewhere. This is the other pattern. We've got the stripes, and then we've got the bigger flowers on there, which I've fussy cut. Hi Angela, nice to see you. I had a message from you flash up just as I was coming on air, so I've not read it yet, I've not seen it, so I'll get back to you afterwards. Anyway, I've got all my ink pad colours, I've got my trimmers, I've got some machines as well, so I kind of had a little bit of an idea as to what I might like to do, but I was having trouble finding rectangle dies. I've got the stylish shape ones here. I really loved one of our retired ones and I got that out, but that's not actually going to work for me today. So let's work with some colours. So I used, let me just recap on the one I did before. So this was the one I did on Wednesday. I used the old olive papers and I just had it so we'd got all of the different papers, fronts and backs, in the old olive. Obviously a couple was duplicated. So that was the little card I did the other day. Stamp set wise, I've probably got the same on my desk that I had Wednesday because it seems like it was only yesterday. But I have got a few everyday greetings. The spring summer set that I've been using, that's on here, and the sharing the love one, sharing loving crafting. So these are the three that I mentioned the other day. Just to recap, the Refresh Beauty was recoloured from Blackberry Beauty. The Serene Love that I'm using again tonight was recoloured from True Love, which was a black and white design, all of those in black and white. Shades and Hues is recoloured from Colour Theory. Okay, I should have some of that still somewhere, but they're the ones that are on the special release. So, I used the old olive the other day, so I think I'm going to go with the navy. I'll probably use the navy or let's take these out. We've got the back sides of those as well. I have some embossing folders and the trimmers here if I want to use those, but I've got some of these all cut out, so I'm just gonna I'll reject that one because we've already done that one. So we have this one and the stripes, and there's the other patterns as well. That one, and the heavier flower, and then that one. Now they are all gorgeous papers, that's the trouble. I have got some cardstocks here, so I'm going to take a sheet of each one, and if I've got cards in the back, which I have, I'll take a couple of those, a spare one in case we need, and then the Lost Lagoon, I'll have to cut that one. So let's grab the trimmer. The cats have both been in, they've both come in and said hi and then disappeared, so I think we should be left in peace and quiet now. I've been asleep all day, bless them. Another live to go back and watch from Wednesday, bless you. Yeah, Linda. It's great to hear your news today. That's really good. Who else have we got in here? Hi, Pam. Yes, and Happy New Year to everybody that didn't join us the other day. Yeah, it seems a long while ago, but actually, you know what? It wasn't so many days ago, was it? I was thinking it like already seems Christmas is long gone. So I've got one of those and one of those. And it's just a case of what I'm going to do with these. So I had some little sketches that I'd done. I won't show you my rough sketches because they just get so silly. I'm going to start off, having cut those, I'm going to grab a white one. This is thick white, so this is just the same thickness as the base cards. So I'm going to do one on here. I'm going to do more than one today because this one hopefully will be nice and quick. There we go. So have you all taken your decorations down? We're still exactly the same point I was the other day. I think David's taken one more tree in the whole way down today. We've got the little one down, some decorations down. So yeah, it's all getting there slowly. Tomorrow's the 6th, so that's the 12th night tomorrow. So we will be finishing them all off and getting shot for this season. So let's get these out of the way. I love these two as well, these two here. These are the Lost Lagoon and the Navy. The flowers are really detailed, so that does all the work for you on your cards. But you can equally have some of these on the back, so you've got the gentler patterns on the back. Is that a stripy one? No, that's a stripy one. I quite like this one, so I think I'm going to do a pattern that I've got in mind for this one. I like the dots, so let's go dotty, shall we? You know, Sandra's a dotty girl. So I'm going to have excuse me, I'm going to cut a strip all the way down here. I don't know how wide I need this on here really. I kind of just want it to be maybe 2 inches. 2 inches looks good to me, so I'm going to do 2 inches down there, or 5 centimeters really. So we're using metric today, so we'll do 5 centimeters. Okay, so we'll take that one out. So then we're going to turn this and do our reason we're doing metric is because it's the length of the card, which is the whole length. So that's the 14.85, and if you're one of my customers, you've got your 2 little red dots on there. So this is a strip that's going to come down the side of the card there, and I want a piece of the solid paper the other side, the cardstock. Oops, I've just fallen over. So I'm going to take another piece of the Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to cut that at the same length, so 14.85. So that's on that mark. Oh, she says. Now, wouldn't that piece? Yes, I think I'm going to leave that. I'm going to use this piece. So I want this to be 5.5 centimeters because I want it just that tiny bit wider. So just making sure that that's straight and also that it's all the way down here as well. So that way. So I've got a little scrap there. And then I'm going to turn this the other way and do that the 14.85 as well. There we go. So that's now going to line on there. Okay. I'm thinking I'm getting to the point I need to have change my blade again. Pop that out of the way. And I've got over here, I have a nail block. I think you've seen me use this before. And I just literally just run it along the edges if I think it's getting a little bit fluffy. So they look pretty disgusting because they're ones that I've used on my nails and it's just getting a little bit more wear out of them. So I'm going to adhere those two together. Hi Yvonne, I need to get over and see you, my dear. I'm knee deep in my tax return at the moment. Don't go there. This is okay. I need to just spread that a little bit. Just for tonight, I'm going to use this piece to spread that around. I've got the one that's been out of stock. I've got in, so the house, the punch has been out of stock for ages. So finally got those arrived over Christmas. So I'll pop over as soon as I can and bring that over to you. So there we go. Got a little bit of sticky there. Oops, a daisy. Got some samples I've got there done for photos. So there's my panel. Now I'm just going to pop this down on the front of the card here. Now you can choose whether you want the white at the top or the colour at the top. So I think I'll go that way on. Hi Sandra. I tidied up my desk a little bit, so I've got some Tombos on here, but I don't know how good these ones were. Just knock it a little bit so that it gets down to the tip. So yes, I'm going to put the coloured piece at the top there, that one. I don't think there's a right and wrong on these papers. Is it going to look better that way? It might be. I'll go there. Okay, so what I'm doing here, if I put this card lined up on my grid paper, I can see, on my mat, I can see where the 1 centimetre line is there, at the top and at the bottom. As long as it's straight to start with, we should, it helps us line them up quickly. Okay, so that's those pieces there. And then what I'm going to do is have another piece of that and have the opposite side. So I'm going to turn over. So that little strip that I've cut off the back there is a nice piece to go on here like so. Now I could use a piece of this again and just to line the back of it, just to bring that colour through. But I just want to work out how long I'd like this to be. So it is just play how you like. So I'm going to just grip that one there. That's kind of like the gap that I like, roughly top and bottom. So I'll pop this on here and see roughly how much that's going to be. Oh look, 10 centimetres, a good measurement. So 10 centimetres down there. So it's the same width as the other piece, exactly the same width. And then we want to put, so we want 10.5 by 5.5. So you're going to take a strip off here. So we'll go 5.5 down and 10.5 across. Those little ones out of the way. Where did my block go? Into the tissue. So I'm just going to do this again. I can see there's a few wispy bits out there, just to take that along those edges. I have got some new blades that arrived in that last order. Okay, there we go. Take the dust off the table. There we go. And we've got a little border all the way around there because it's going to be inside my card. Here I left it even. This time I'm just going to run that across. Love the colours. They are gorgeous colours. I had thought if I'd have grabbed my pencils, I was going to actually colour, spot colour some of these flowers and the leaves in. But we'll save that for another day. I'll go on to something else. Next week I will do... I'm just trying to knock that down to the end there. It's getting very, very near its last legs. Next week will be the catalogue run through. We go live with the celebration and the mini catalogue on the 7th. So that is Tuesday, 6th tomorrow. Yes, that'll be Tuesday. So I will do a run through for you and we will go through both catalogues. And so you can see what's going on. I'll point out anything of interest to you. So I'm going to place this on here. Now, my decoration on here was going to be a shape from the Stylish Shapes. So in here, I do like the circles and the squares we've got in here. That one out again. So we could have, to keep the angles together, we could maybe go with the second one in here. Do we want that to be square? Is that too similar? Do we want to have one across here and then come back on itself? So we could do that. We could do a circle, whichever way we want to come over. Again, that's kind of like stepping out and going down a little triangle and hanging off the end there. But I'm quite liking it comes this way. I did circles the other day, so I think I'm going to discard that one. And come in here with a panel there, I think. Let's get a white panel cut from here. And then we will, excuse me, I've got my scribbles there. Get that cut in white. And then I will arrange some of the flowers, the pre-cut flowers on there and see how we go, what it looks like, and then we can adjust it accordingly. I have to take a bigger piece of card here. Of course, it's too big to go through our trimmer. Should have brought some water through with me, shouldn't I? I've got a very tickly throat today. Refillable Tombow glue. Yeah, they see that bit hard to do that. It has to be airtight. You couldn't do it in like a pouch and squeeze it in. I have got the glue press that I had from another company that I decant the Tombow into. But yes, if they had a bigger, I'd love to have a bigger container of Tombow. That would be a really good suggestion. So I'll put that back in the packet. So this was where I was heading with this. I want those to be partly there and there. But if I did it like so, I'm going to get some of those flowers out now. So let's have a look at some of these beautiful flowers. Square, definitely. There we go. Now I'm going to go on to what I've done with the outside ones as well, actually. So never throw any of the outside edges away. You'll find, like here, I've got a straight edge. There is nothing wrong with having straight edges on things because it could literally be like so. We could raise that one up so it's standing away from the others. The white just gives it a little bit of a border, but I'm going to use those for something else. So I think, so these ones are that's quite nice and dainty actually. I think that would look quite nice on there, especially against that spotty. So I could have a sentiment in there and have this the whole piece here raised up. I might want to put those leaves. No, I think I like it that way up. Sort of coming across the corner there like so. Let's do that one. So let's get sticking, shall we? I've got some dimensionals here. So I'm going to apply that onto there. I want to work out my greeting first actually, because that could make a difference. So what I've got for you today is where we took the Just to Brighten Your Day on there the other day. We've got these ones which are everyday greetings. So there's some nice ones in there. And the wishing, I could do wishing, but that might be a bit big on that card. So I think I'll leave that one today. This wishing one is a really nice spring set. And if I just show you one of those I've got here to the side of me. It's in the totally wrong colours. It was one I made and then decided to change the colour on, so. Oops, come off there. So this was one of the wishing. So the wishing would fit nicely across there actually. But then, yeah, I'd need to die cut those again. I want to try and do 2 cards today, so let's just crack on. So let's have a nice small little greeting in there then. Happiness inside is nice and small, isn't it? That's quite a good one. It's quite a nice one. Let's take that one. Then we're going to put that straight onto the top of that square. I've got the blocks in here. And the inks are here. So we have Lost Lagoon. I'm going to tap that on there. And I'm going to put this at the top. There we go. Nice little greeting. We could actually, who's just said that? Debbie. The birthdays on here, these ones, I showed you last, no, I didn't show on this one. I think it might have been the time before, how you can actually colour these. You don't have to use all the words. So I'm just going to find a longer block. This one actually says, I forget where I did it recently. I've been in a class. Well, even though I've let that relax down, just pop it on here so you can see it. When you have the stamps, the polymer ones, if you let them relax on their own, but you still have to do a safety check and just make sure that they are actually straight and it's not got a little bit of a kink in it. I think that should be, it's looking fairly good. So what we can do on here is actually, when I did it before, I used the marker on here. This definitely was in a class the last week. I had the Stamp and Write markers and just used the brush tip and just put my finger over what I didn't want to ink, and then just laid that horizontally and just stroke that along till you've got ink on there. But you can also do it on the stamp, on the ink block. So I've got this upside down at the moment, and I'm just going to stamp that on there gently, but I'm missing off the first two words. Okay, so that's just another little technique. I haven't got scraps with me today. I'll take a piece out of here and we can trim one down. So I've inked that one up already, and I'm just going to stamp that on there. Okay, you can see on my block there, hopefully, just down the corner here, I've got those two are not inked up. Okay, and there we have just the happy birthday piece. So I've stamped it separately because I think that might be easier just to play about with. We can fit that round separately. That's going to come under there. And then this one, fingers and thumbs today, I'm going to line this up on my trimmer so I can see under here, I can see that that's nice and straight. Okay, that should be good there. There we go. We might have to just trim that a little bit more. Now this is where I need most post-it notes, don't I? Okay. Clean post-it note. Now we can't craft without post-it notes. Things like this, when you want to do an extra little bit of tweaking, I want to cut that other side down a little bit. So I'm just going to line this up. My post-it note is actually holding that piece of card to itself and to the upper plate of the trimmer here. So just make sure that that's nice and straight. And trim that off. Okay, lift that off. And there is your bottom edge cut, exactly the same. So trying to get your fingers around that whole piece in there, you just couldn't do it. But with a post-it note, it makes it so much more easier. So I'm going to trim this end off as well, just so it's about the same as it was the other end. And there's our sentiment. So we can put that one on there as well, Debbie. You suggested that one, didn't you? So that's good. The hello sentiment. Which one was that? Oh yeah, the everyday greetings would have done, yes. It's easy when you can see it when you're on the camera, and I can't see it when it's in front of me. So I'm just going to pop this one down flat because we want the middle one to be right, the top one to be raised, sorry. You see it's getting very near the end, you can tell. But when these get to the end, what I tend to do is to cut them open through the middle with a pair of kitchen scissors. Some really sort of like ratchet, I call you bacon scissors really. And then cut through and then get a little brush in, a little craft brush, a kid's painting brush really, something like that. And just, you take all the excess glue out from both ends and then that can go in the bin. So this way I'm going to put onto pads. So I had those pads here with me just now. See, I lose things so easily on the desk, don't I? There they are. Move over there. So use some of these. So just in the corners. Just before I came on air, I had a call from America from one of my friends over there, and she's finalising her dates very soon just for coming over to visit, which is going to be lovely. So it's going to be around Easter. So look forward to seeing her. And hopefully we'll get to see some other mutual friends as well. So all exciting things. So the thing is now, where am I going to put the flowers? And then where am I going to put the happy birthday? Happiness inside. And then the happy birthday can come over like so, maybe. in that little gap. Now I want to go opposite, so that way and this way. So let's put that somewhere there. Because I've put the white panel on pads, I am going to put this flat. Just need to remember which corners. This corner here, I need to not put any adhesive on. There we go, turn it over. So this is the corner that's going to be hanging off. There we go. And already that's got a little bit of dimension. It's got 2 different patterns on there. Hi Shaz, nice to see you. So we've come down to the lower, sort of like through the middle of the card here, and we've got the balance coming off either side. So it's taken the sharpness off those squares, the sharp edges. I think I might like that to go through the middle. The only thing is I want to have some colour on there. So I've got a piece of sponge here. I can't remember what the last colour was, so I just give that a quick haircut. Okay, and that can go in the bin. And then I've got a clear edge here, and just to sponge those down, just to bring it out a little bit from the flowers that are on there. So with these, all of these designs on these papers, you can actually take your watercolour pencils to them and do some watercolouring on them, and also the stamp and blends as well. So I won't have time to do all of that tonight. And we've had 2 evenings on this one, so I won't use this next time. But you will see some cropping up soon. So I think that could just come through the middle there. And I kind of feel I want to put that raised up as well. So let's get rid of those. And then I'm just going to snip some of these edges off. These ones here. So all of our dimensionals, we use every little piece on here. No waste. Just take those. The half one's a good size. Probably get away with 2. There we go. Now how quickly, I know I did the fussy cutting already, but how quickly did that card come together? I don't want to go through the heads of the flowers. I'll just put that there. And there we go, we're done. So I'll pop some gems on there. It will be lovely. Not actually, Dave is not planning to have a holiday. We're not doing anything much this year at all. So it's I've got leadership in Vegas again, the same hotel we went to last time, which was good. This year's was online, so we didn't get to actually see anybody. So it'd be lovely seeing in person. So I get two visits this year, which will be lovely. There's just those tiny little gems on there, just a little bit of bling, and there's our finished card. So that's number 1. So I thought that would be really nice for you to see that one. So pop that over there out of the way. Change colours because I'm going to go to the navy one next. Get those out of the way for a moment, the gems. And then we will go navy. So navy card base here. And what shall I do with this one? I had got some ideas over here to the side of me as to what I was fancying doing. I think I'm going to do this way up, and I'm going to have some of the stripes on the back. The flowers. Let's bring this over again. The flowers are quite big. You've got some nice big flowers, but you've got some of the little ones as well. So some different shapes on here. But where you have these flat edges, if you're doing a card, you could actually have these coming round the edges, just on these edges here, like so. So when I said earlier not to, sorry, moving off the centre of the screen there, not to waste these pieces from the outside edges of your paper. So like here, when you have the designs that have got bits chopped off, make sure you use that piece in there, because it's got a good use on virtually everything on there. So I'll just do a couple of those. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do it the other way round. So I might use the edges on this one actually. I might use a mixture. That one's got a partial image as well, so that could come round. I'm going to put a panel in the middle there. So I'll stick with those for now and then get the layers worked out, and then we can go with what we do next. So definitely want a white layer on there. And grab the trimmer back. So I kind of want a panel in the middle of my card. I'm going to do this about 10. That will go on that piece of scrap there. It will go to 9.5. So I'll go 9.5, and then that's a centimetre down. So I want 13.85 on there. Oh, just fits in. Look at that. So there's my white panel. Okay, we're going to put that on there like so, and then we're going to remember those measurements, and then we're going to put one of the patterns on there. Don't want it to be too busy, so I think it might have to be the stripes. If I had that on there and then had some flowers, or I have the stripes on there and have some flowers, I think the darker one's going to be better. So I'm going to use this one. So I had that at 9.5, didn't I? So I'm going to come down here at 9. Take it 0.5 centimetre under, or 1/4 inch if you're in the imperial dies. And then this way was 13.8. So I'm going to go 14.3. Oh, not done it over, haven't I, instead of under? 13.8, so I want 13.3. Just double check that. There we go. Yes, 13.3. Go on to autopilot quite a bit. Okay. So that's that one and that one. Have a layer and we go on to the navy. I think that always looks really classy like that. Now, if I wanted to, I could gut a little bit out of the middle there, but we won't bother today. I love monochrome. Hi, Joy. This is really getting near the end, isn't it? Let's see what this one's like. I haven't actually crafted since I was on here on Wednesday. That one's going to be even worse. We're doing well here, aren't we? I had some new ones out on my table, and I think, look at this, this one's leaking. It's going to need to just spread that around again. Little piece of card, our little spatula, and just move that away from the edges so it doesn't ooze out. There we go. Don't waste a drop, do we? There we go. Nice little white border on there. That just splattered then, didn't it? Oh, how did I manage that? Did you see me do that? Oh, I tell you why. Because it's all just leaking out of the end of that glue. Nothing comes out at all, and then it all, yeah, comes out when we don't want it to. This is a bit harder for you to see on the black mats, unfortunately, but I am just going to pop this back on here, pop this flat. There we go. There isn't a right or wrong way with this one. Just getting that in the borders, just even border all the way around. Be careful it doesn't just slide. Okay, that's that one. And then the next panel I'm going to put on here, I'm going to have a white piece in the centre there. Now I'm going to cut that by hand, I think, to a measurement that I'm happy with. But leaving it enough room. If we had some rectangle current dies, I would do that, but we haven't. I think I'm going to go down the 5 centimetres. So 5 is 4 underneath that. So 4 underneath there. So 5 by 5 by 9, I think. Let me see what I can do with that. to break into, oh, that's a piece up there. 5 by 9. Can do that on here, look. Do the 5 this way. And then the 9 that way. Okay, see if that's going to be enough. That will then be raised, so I want that to be 3D, and then these pieces can then come out from the edges, like so. Just wondering if I've got that a little bit too big. I'm going to go with what you suggested, Debbie, and put the hello on this one, I think. It's nice to have some neutrally type sentiments. I think I said that the other day. That's not hello. Hello. It's hard to see them back to front, isn't it? Up here. There you go. So that's this one on here. Nice everyday greetings there. That one away. Another block. Plonk that down. We'll work out where that's going to go in a sec, but we'll have these ones coming around the outside edges. I might just take another ½ centimetre off that. So take that down to 4.5, just to take some off that length, the width, sorry. Those two can come out. With a short word on there, you see I'm going to be able to get that in the middle. Okay, so tuck these just roughly where they're going to go, and I want them to hang out from the edges because that'll be raised. So we could have those ones up there like so. This one, because of the straightness on here, I might snip that through the middle. Like so. We can have a little piece there on one of the edges. And then this one could come in there like so. That's not going to show enough on that one, so we'll decant that one. Pick one of these up. That could also come through the centre, and we can have one piece. Might not even need that actually. Like so. Just playing with these until you get the, it's a bit, how can I describe it? We call them, when these are around the outside and you've got them all going around there, we call them floating cards. So this one I was just putting across the angle so I get rid of all the squareness. Is that such a word? Oh yes, you are, aren't you, Linda? You haven't done any crafting since you saw me at the wool shop. Now I think I can probably get away with something like so. Okay, so I'm going to put one something on the front, but I want to know where I'm going to put my greeting first. Night of Navy ink, and we're going to place that on the top section there, I think. Making sure that's first inking, just making sure that that's going to be a good strong ink. Hold my breath. There we go, look at that. They're just so nice and fine. I love these sentiments on there. Look at the graphic on there. You could do with being in a bit closer to me, really, couldn't you? Oh, there we go. Just, you seem to be a bit high on that screen today. So anyway, I'm going to start by putting this, I'm going to put this one on 3D, and I'm going to put it down the middle with the Stampin' Dimensionals that have just disappeared over here. And then it'll make it easier to tuck the other pieces underneath and have them flat, so it gives you the impression of being raised. Put enough dimensional so it's definitely going to hold. You can see by leaving those gaps around the side, I'm going to be able to get that exactly where I want it. Okie doke. So kind of like a bit of a reverse floating card, really. Okay. Those out of the way. So this was a nice big section here. We can just tuck that under as far as we want that to be. just adhering it along here. You don't need to go too far in because it's not going to be seen. Yes, sorry, it will. You just want a little bit on there just to hold it. And then that's going to tuck under so you don't see any of those straight edges. There we go. I'm going to bring some over into the border, just over here, so that you can see that they break those straight lines. You know I like to do that. Just got to get these back in the same order that they were going to go before. And put that one there. Just a little bit through that. Just getting rid of that straight line across there. And this one I think was here. It's coming in there, like so. You can have another visit to me, Linda, anytime. As long as I'm here and I'm free. There we go. I think that's going to be a better arrangement than what I had before. There we go. So just a little bit on that one. Underneath there. There's no straight lines there, so we're not hiding anything. There we go. And then this one just going to come on the side there. Like so. Just through the middle. There we go. So it's like so, and then I'm going to take one of the smaller flowers. I don't know which one. Oh, they're both the same. Yeah, I think it'll be one of these then. And I wanted to have that kind of on here somewhere. But so it comes the other way. So we've got a little bit coming over the edge to fill a gap. I prefer it that way up. And that can just fill some of that side piece there and just goes over. I like that. So just adhere that middle piece in again. And again, another little bit of monochrome. Okay, and that's nice and raised on there through the middle. Okay, we could have maybe put another layer behind that, but if you put too many layers on, it will take the navy, what I was thinking about, another navy piece behind there, but I like the way it jumps out from all the busyness. Just want some dimension, some rhinestones on there now. Just put some sparkle on there. We want odd numbers, but not symmetrical at all. I'm going to put 5 on here. I'm going to put a couple on the background as well. Maybe one down there and one down here somewhere. Just in that little hole there. There we go. So that's 2 cards tonight. And we've got one of each of the 3 colours now. If I dig out the one from Wednesday. So you've got 3 there showcasing those papers off nicely there. Can you see those? Hopefully you can. Hi Angela. You'd like to see what you've been making? We should organise a day at the studio. Would have to be a weekend date. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, thanks Debbie. That's lovely. I've not actually got my schedule of dates out at the moment yet. Let me bring you back to me. I haven't got my schedule out yet. Like, as I said, I'm fully into getting my tax return sorted first, and then that's the next job after that. I've got a lot of things penciled, sketched out as to what I want to do. But the days here, if you're local to me, anytime that you want to pop over, you're more than welcome. Oh, thanks, Joy. You're more than welcome. Just make sure that I'm here first and you're not having a wasted visit. Oh, thanks, Anne. Your catalogues will be in the post on Monday, tomorrow. They're ready to go. So they will be on the way to both you and Marilyn. My studios have a very open door policy. So if I'm around and I'm here and I'm free, then we can try and organise a date round when you want to come, because there might be other people that want to come on the same day. Okay, so that I can let other people know. Okay, so feel free to get in touch with me, send me a message if you've got a date in mind you'd like to come over, then we can sort a date out and make some of the classes around your date. Okay, so take care, and please you've enjoyed those today. As always, if you've got any requests for next week, for Wednesday and Sunday, then please let me know and I'll try and build those in for you. Okay, so take care, have a good